Hi everyone, today I'll be giving a speech on America, more specifically the Mini American Shepherd. I picked this topic for my speech because I have a Mini American Shepherd. His name is Emmett. He's 7 months old and I did a lot of research before getting this breed, so I want to share the information with you guys. I'm going to give you a little bit of their brief history, some characteristics of the breed, and some controversies. So they've only been around for a little while, but they've already made quite an impact. They descend from Australian Shepherds, which despite their name is from the Basque region of Spain. And people love this dog so much because they're super loyal, smart, and loving, but they just wanted it in a bit of a smaller package that was more easy to handle. So in the 1960s in California, the Mini American Shepherd was born. They got them by breeding smaller Australian Shepherds together for generations until they got the desired size that they wanted. Some breeders, which isn't very responsible, used Shelties to get the size they wanted more quickly. That's, again, not recommended. So like two snowflakes, no two Australian Mini American Shepherds are the same, and they range in size from 15 to 45 pounds. My dog Emmett is 17 pounds currently. He's only 7 months old, so they predict that he will mature at 20 to 25 pounds. They have a variety of coat colors, including the blue merle, which is grays, blacks, coppers, and whites, and they call it a blue merle because the gray can sometimes look a little blue. There is the black tricolor, which is black, copper, and white, and the black bi, which is just two of the colors and is much less common. They also have a red merle, which is a lot like the blue merle but with reds. Then they have the red tricolor and the red bicolor. They have very fluffy coats that are very dense, especially when they're puppies, so they get hot very easily and like to lay on the cool tile in the summer. And when they reach 3 to 4 months, they hit what's called the awkward stage, where their legs shoot up in size and they look pretty awkward, like giraffes, and then their adult coat will come in and it'll be pretty wispy and they'll look very disheveled and goofy. They do shed their coats with the season, so around summer and spring and sometimes in winter you'll see little wisps of hair floating around your house like tumbleweeds. And a few days after they're born, they get their tails docked. This is because the Australian Shepherd was originally a herding dog and they still sometimes are used as working dogs. And if their tail was to get stepped on by a cow or something, then it would get broken and the dog could no longer be used. So even though that the dog is not normally used currently as herding dogs, the breed standard dictates that the tail is to be docked. It's a painless procedure, and what's left is a little nub, and when they wag their tails after it happens, they have what's called a wiggle butt, which is what their nickname is. They're very energetic dogs, they're fast learners, they're loyal, they're eager to please, and they have to be exercised every day, mentally and physically, or else they'll become bored and can develop destructive tendencies. Like I said before, they're herding dogs, so if you're running around in the backyard with them, they will run at you from the side to try to guide you in the path that they want you to go. And although all these things I mentioned sound really cool and fun, there are some issues you should be aware of before considering the breed. So, like I was talking about coat colors earlier, merle is the most favorable for breeders and for buyers. So in order to get more merles, some breeders who are very irresponsible will breed two merles together in one and try to get more merles. So when this happens, unfortunately, what happens is double merles are born. And these are all white puppies that are born blind and deaf. And the breeders will either abandon the puppies at shelters or put them right to sleep. Like the double merle, there's something called the fatal white, which is the same all white puppy, but it dies during birth or right after birth. Another issue that has surrounded this breed is that they were not recognized by the American Kennel Club or the AKC until this year. So Australian Shepherd purists refused to also acknowledge the breed and did not like it when people called them mini Aussies, which is what some people call this breed. I don't know if you all have heard, but there's a website called reddit.com, and they have subreddits, which are niche communities about various topics. The Australian Shepherd subreddit is called R Wigglebutts, and it actually has automated bots that will remove any post that contains the term mini Aussie, and it will only allow you to have the term mini American or mini in your post. They have a few health issues, including hip dysplasia, which is when the dog's pelvis and femur do not properly align, and this causes them mobility issues later in life. You can have the parents screened before they breed, and if they don't have a hip joint score of excellent or good, you should not breed them. They also have what's called iris columboma, and that's when the iris, or the colored part of the eye, does not fully form, and their pupil looks like it's larger, and this makes them very sensitive to light, and they will squint their eyes, and it's very easily detectable by eye color. It's not recommended that you breed these dogs, but you can breed their siblings. I know that these issues sound very overwhelming, but if you use a reputable breeder, they will screen the dogs before breeding them, and they will have no problem giving you this medical information so you can make an informed decision. I've given you a ton of info today in my speech, including the history, that they descend from Aussies, that they're from California in the 1960s, and their characteristics including the variety of coat colors and sizes they come in, and their disposition, some social and medical issues they face, including the AKC recognition that happened this year, their hip dysplasia, and the iris columboma. And I just want to let you all know that they're currently the 13th most popular dog in America, so you'll probably see them around more frequently now. I hope I've given you a lot of great information that you can use to identify the dog and maybe look into getting one of your own. They're a really great breed, and I want to thank you all for listening. Thank you.